Welcome back to dear students to the financial management subject. In this video, we will discuss the future value of money, quarterly compounding interest. So in the last video, we have learned how to calculate the simple interest as well as compounding interest, that is annually compounding interest. So in this class, in this video, we will get to know how to calculate the future value when quarterly compounding interest is there, right? So let's look at a problem. It is I will give you a hint if it is monthly, quarterly or half yearly compounding, how we are going to do that. So in this problem, only quarterly compounding, first let us discuss. The amount is rupees 20,000 at 5% for 4 years. If you deposit this amount, what is the quarterly compounding future value? So the simple formula we write here is future value is equal to present value multiplied by 1 plus into bracket I divided by n, complete the bracket as well as the whole bracket raised to n multiplied by t. So this is the notations. These are the notations. As all of us know, future value FV denotes future value, PV is for present value, and next I is for rate of interest. Instead of I, we can make use of R also. And the T here is for the number of years, not for the number of compounding period, but number of years, and N is taken for the number of compounding, right? So in a year, how many times are we going to compound it? So in fact, for 1 year, 4 quarters are there. So 4 times we are compounding. That is why N represents the number of compounding periods. Okay. So let's come to the calculation here. Quarterly compounding. So that is written in values, Here, future value is equal to, so the present value given in the problem is rupees 20,000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.05, that is the rate of interest, 0.05 divided by how many times it is compounded? 4 times, and complete the small bracket as well as the bigger bracket and raise to 4 into 4. So that we derive 20,000 when it is multiplied with 20,000 is multiplied here with 0.0125. This is what is when the rate of interest, that is 0.05 is divided by 4. We derive this value, that is 0.0125. Complete the bracket. Here it is 4 into 4. This 4 into 4 is 16 times. So 16 times we have to multiply this and derive the CVF. So ultimately we derived the CVF as 1.22, and that is multiplied to rupees 20,000 principal amount, that is present value. Then finally we get the future value as rupees 24,400. So this is what is when 20,000 is divided for deposited in a bank for 4 years at the rate of 5% interest. Then what is the compounding interest future value we have derived? So I will take you to the blackboard and show you how we are going to calculate this using the same trick. Okay, so let me explain one more time and you will get to know it becomes easy. That is a revision kind of thing. Okay, so here as future value is, the formula here is present value multiplied by 1 plus in bracket, what we are taking here is I divided by n. N is meant for how many times we are going to compound. So in a year, 4 quarters are there. So 4, n represents here 4, right? Again, complete the whole bracket and n into t, right? So this is the formula. If compounding annually is there, how do we do? How do we calculate this? Future value, present value into bracket 1 plus I Complete the bracket raised to n. So this is annually compounding. Okay. Annually compounding equation. Right. But whereas here, this part is changed, this part 1 plus is changed. How we have written here? 1 plus I divided by n. This n represents number of period, that is compounding period, right? Here n represents number of years. In this equation we have taken t for number of years, n for number of compounding period. So here in this, as the information is known to you, when 20,000 is deposited at 5% interest for 4 years, right? What is the future value, that is compounding, quarterly compounding future value, right? So we are doing this quarterly compounding future value. So therefore, future value is equal to, take here 20,000 into bracket 1 plus. The answer we get here is, what is this? 0.05 is the rate of interest. How many times in a year we are going to divide it? 4 times 4 quarters are there. So 4 times, complete the bracket. Okay. Here small bucket. And this side, it is a larger big bracket. Then n is again number of times of compounding into number of years, 4 years. So let's come to the calculation. What is the CVF we derive here? Compound value factor 1 point, when 0.05 is divided by 4 times, we derive the answer as 0.0125. So this part we are adding it to number 1. Okay. At that time we get 1.0125. Complete the bracket. It is 16 times we need to multiply. Okay. Then we get the CVF as 20,000 multiplied by the CVF is 1.22. When we multiply this 1.0125 16 times, we get the CVF as 1.22. The final answer, future value, is equal to 24,400. So this is the final amount we have derived. If 20,000 is deposited at 5% rate of compounding interest, then for 4 years, this is the value we derive. Okay. So here I will tell you some hints if compounding is made. Okay. Annually, the first equation, this is for the first equation. If it is annually compounding, right? This is the equation. Okay. If we are quarterly compounding, this part is a quarterly compounding calculation formula. And that is what we have taken here is 4 divided by 4. It is quarterly compounding. The same formula here also for semi-annually or monthly, the same formula comes. Whereas if it is, that 1 plus this part only, the middle part only, I will show you. Okay, present value will be same as it is. Present value multiplied by 1, I divided by n. Okay, complete the bracket. And n into t. So if it is half yearly compounding, right? So half yearly in the sense 6 months compounding. For every 6 months, the interest is going to be compounded. How many 6 months are there in a year? Only 2 times. We get 6 months. That's why here, FV is equal to. So FV is equal to, how it is done as, take the same amount, 20,000 multiplied by 1 plus I is how much? Same, 0.05. N becomes here 2. Complete the bracket, complete the whole bracket, 2 times into 4 years, right? So this is what the calculation we take, right? So 2 into 4. The whole raised to, here is 16, but in this case, it will be 8, okay? So this is what a simple change that we are going to do. If it is monthly, then the interest will be divided, that is 0.05 will be divided by 12 months in a year. And it is again multiplied by, the whole bracket completes. After that, 12 into 4. That is 48 times we are multiplying the factor we get here after dividing 12 to 0.05. Clear? So this is what a trick, logic behind this. If you are going to compound annually, this is the first one, annually compounding. And if it is quarterly, monthly, or half yearly, this is the same formula we are going to take. Here, the notation differs. N is meant for, in this annually, N is meant for number of years, whereas here, N is meant for number of compounding period. Okay, that is the difference. Here I will conclude the discussion of this problem, and I hope you got to know how to do this compounding interest calculation, if it is monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually. Okay, that is for 6 months. And if you have any kind of doubts, feel free to ask it in the comment box. Thank you.